Hi, this is Thresden, and this is part 1 of an Elder Scrolls Online Deadlands Prologue walkthrough. The Deadlands Prologue just came out a few days ago. This was my first chance to actually record it, but we need to go into the Crown Store, go to Prologue, and here it is, Prologue Quest, An Apocalyptic Situation. I received a letter from someone claiming to be the Dremora, Lyranth. She wants me to meet with her agent, Rogatina Cinna, concerning an urgent matter in my Alliance capital. This is the prologue quest for the Deadlands. Alright, now probably description right here, yeah, it's just going to say the same thing. So we need to find out, it said it was in our faction capital. This character is Daggerfall Covenant. So we're going to need to go to I want to say Daggerfall. I can't remember what zone Daggerfall is in. Glenumbra, right? That's to talk to the hooded figure. That's not what we want. Okay, so let me just do this. It's in Wayrest. Yeah, Daggerfall is not technically the capital. Okay, so where is Wayrest? It's going to be the next zone in the Daggerfall Covenant storyline, which I've never done. I've only done like the first zone, so it's hard for me to remember where everything is. Mankarai, maybe? Alright, so let's go to Tamriel. Should be over here somewhere. Ribbonspire is the last zone, I think. One of the last. What about Stormhaven? There it is. Okay, so it's in Stormhaven. And I do not have a way shrine there. I've got one here, though. Or better yet, right here. This looks pretty close. Okay, so it's going to be a bit of a ride to get there. I'll just edit out the travel, and I'll see you in a few seconds. Alright, we're here. So let me go... No, this is... Wait, yeah, this is Rogatina Cinna. That's who we want to talk to.
So, you're the mortal adventurer the Dread Lady seeks. I assumed you'd be, well, taller. Still, my mistress knows best. I bring you a message from Lyranth, the lovely and powerful Dremora. Hear the words her prophet speaks, and be enthralled.
A message from a Dremora? What is it?
The Dread Lady requires a mortal's perspective. She finds the situation merely curious, but says it has apocalyptic consequences for our plane of existence. Congratulations, mortal. She has chosen you, and she promises compensation if you survive.
You seem rather calm about delivering an apocalyptic message from a Dremora.
Calm, I suppose. But I have faith in Lyranth, and she seems to have faith in you. I'll mark the destination on your map. Plus, I secured transportation. The regal, sweet daffodil. Oh, and take this pendant. You'll need it when you get there.
Alright, I'll let Sweet Daffodil take me to your Dread Lady.
Sweet Daffodil will whisk you directly to the location. Once there, you must get past the creatures that roam the place to find Lyranth's hidden lair. The pendant will alert you when the time comes to use it. Then, just follow the trail of energy.
How will the pendant reveal Lyranth's hidden lair?
Isn't it obvious? The pendant contains an Epiphany blood ruby. It tingles when it senses residual portal magic. Use it, and it will lead you to Lyranth's lair. How ironic. She chose you to assist her. Not her prophet, but you. A heathen adventurer.
Okay, tell me more about Lyranth the Dremora.
What can I tell you that you can't already guess? The Dread Lady is a powerful Dremora, perhaps the strongest of her kind. She has served Deadric princes, but now walks her own path. She possesses a burning curiosity, forever seeking more knowledge.
Aren't Dremora evil? Why should I help her?
Do not attempt to apply finite morality to an infinite being. Lyranth simply is, and right now she's interested in learning more about a danger that threatens all of Nirn. By helping her, you can save our world. No pressure or anything.
Right. Sweet Daffodil is an unusual mount, isn't she?
That she is. Although gender isn't what you imagine when it comes to classifying Daedric entities. It took a lot of effort to summon her to this plane, just to provide you with convenient transportation. My mistress insisted, however, so I complied.
Is it safe?
Sweet Daffodil would never harm a flesh fly, let alone a favored curiosity of the Dread Lady. But just to be on the safe side, I suggest not getting too close to her fiery bits.
So,
General
she's
warns they remain
a fiery, like, Daedric horse. Selum. The ruins of Selum are the westernmost known alien settlement in Tamriel, abandoned early in the First Era. Alright, that's as far as I can get. So this is actually a delve inside of Glenumbra. But we just basically teleported straight into here. So the pendant is going to guide me to where I need to go. Got an enemy here. By the way, playing a different character. I haven't played this character in a while. This is the character we went through the Dremora chapter on. So if you want to see the whole process of him getting to max level, you can watch the Dremora edition walkthrough that I did late last year and early this year.
To the side!
Alright, I see something's wrong. I'm sitting there thinking, alright, something's wrong here, but what it is... It is the ability bar timers. So now I should be able to see what the hell I'm doing when I'm playing. Alright, we got a little bit further to go. Alright, that's a little bit better. Now I got ability bar timers. I can see what the heck is going on. Looks like I lost connection. So I might have some trouble today. I've been having problems with my Wi-Fi today, so this may happen a few times before this quest is over, unfortunately. So this is Dominion infantry I'm fighting. That's interesting. Sure, if I did the delve quest of this, there's a whole storyline behind it. Alright, I'm here. I'm in the quest area. So where is Lyranth? I think I need to use the amulet somewhere. By the way, if it looks like I'm struggling a bit, I'm playing a character that is leveled for this content. So if you look at my champion points, I've made sure that he only has 160 champion points allocated. So if you're playing a low-level character, if you try to play through this yourself on a low-level character that has less than 160 champion points or exactly 160 CP, it should be no easier for me than it is for you. Alright, here's the portal to Lyranth's hidden lair. So this character, Lyranth, and many of my other characters, I've had lots of adventures with her, but this particular PC, who is named Thresdenzor, he has never met Lyranth, so this is going to be his first time.
Remove the blade.
And she is very badly injured.
Damn enchanted blade. I'll need to figure out how they were able to use it to trap me. But first, we need to talk. I sense you carry the pendant I gave my mortal servant. Yes, you are the one I instructed her to find and send to me. If only you had arrived but a few moments earlier, you wouldn't have had to pull that blade from my chest.
What happened here?
Must I say it? That the great and powerful Lyranth had a lapse in judgment? That she failed to examine her surroundings before she opened the portal to her hidden lair? Very well. I erred, ever so slightly, and the Waking Flame took advantage.
The Waking Flame?
The Order of the Waking Flame, to be precise. Followers of Mehrunes Dagon, the Deadric Prince of Destruction. 2 of the cultists followed me into the portal and surprised me. I wounded one, but the other incapacitated me with that enchanted blade.
Were they trying to kill you?
Quite the opposite. The blade carries a unique enchantment I've never encountered before. It paralyzed me. Gave them the time they needed to portal in others and ransack the place. Quickly, check my coffer. Make sure the velvet pouch is still safe.
All this trouble for a velvet pouch?
It's what the velvet pouch contains that matters. I'm still attempting to ascertain its purpose, but since the Dagonists want it, it must be important. My coffer rests on the nearby pedestal. Check on it while I examine this accursed blade.
Rogatina said the situation was apocalyptic. Care to explain?
Why do mortals insist on receiving every detail, no matter how insignificant or profound, before they accomplish the task at hand? Apocalyptic. Just what you might imagine where the Deadric Prince of Destruction is concerned.
Remind me about the Prince of Destruction and the Waking Flame?
Mehrunes Dagon is a powerful Deadric prince, ruler of the Deadlands and the so-called god of disaster and revolution. His mortal followers call themselves the Order of the Waking Flame. They are his devoted servants here on Nirn.
Why go to all the trouble of an enchanted blade instead of just killing you?
Dremora are difficult to kill, and that's doubly true where I'm concerned. Besides, we don't actually die, not as mortals do. Our essence simply returns to oblivion, and we are reconstituted. How long that takes varies. The blade was more prudent.
More prudent? How so?
The Daganists went to great lengths to forge a blade capable of trapping a Dremora inside its incapacitated body. Instead of simply slaying this form and risking I would return too quickly, they chose to entrap me.
Can they do that to you whenever they want?
I need to study the magic to be sure, but I don't think so. An enchantment of that magnitude is complex and requires a multitude of resources. I doubt they have other such blades just lying around and ready to use. I will be more cautious, however.
Alright. So, for a character that had, for a player that had other adventures with Lyranth, this would have been very surprising to see her laying there with a blade in her. Oh, we gotta get the velvet pouch. She normally is very powerful, and it's pretty surprising to see her in that condition. Lyranth's coffer. Velvet pouch. Whatever Lyranth placed in this beautiful velvet bag is no longer here. Its ties have been cut and its contents removed. Alright, so they got it.
Isn't it? Search the rest of my lair. Find the cultist I wounded before the blade brought me low.
Alright, let's see if we can find him. We got some help here. Ah, did I not get that? Yeah, I gotta catch up with this player right here. Try to get through this more easily.
I knew I delivered a killing blow. Surprised he made it this far before collapsing. Search the body and retrieve my stolen item.
Devastator Roland. Waking Flame Letter. This letter contains instructions for members of the Order of the Waking Flame, commanding them to acquire an item from Lyranth and return with it to a camp in Greenshade.
Show me what you found, mortal.
Right, I want to read it first, though, Lyranth. Devastator Roland. Your mission is vital. You must not fail. All of the Order's plans and the rewards promised by Mehrunes Dagon depend on the utmost success of your team. The Dremora known as Lyranth has acquired an item from the Red Petal Bastion. You must find her, track her to whatever lair she is using here in Tamriel, and take the item for the Order. The enchanted blade will make sure she cannot interfere. But have whoever wields it time their strike well. She won't give them a second chance. Once you take possession of the item, return to the place where Umbrage creeps in Greenshade. I shall eagerly await your arrival. Doombringer Rizarane. So, Red Petal Bastion was a dungeon in the Dungeon DLC just released recently. It was the Waking Flame DLC. I've got a walkthrough of that too. You can see
Well, little mortal,
what led to this
did
point.
you recover the item that maggot stole from my coffer? Was it in one of his pockets, as I suspected?
No, all I found was this letter.
Let me see that. This letter names the maggot I killed. Devastator Rulin. And it mentions Greenshade. I wonder what they're doing in that miserable place.
They seem to be after your item specifically.
Indeed. My relic. When I learned that the cult wanted it, I decided to acquire it before they could. I covered my tracks, but apparently not well enough.
Tell me more about the relic.
There isn't much to tell. I have yet to determine the relic's purpose or function. I was just preparing to study it when the cult invaded my lair. No matter. The letter tells us where to find the Daganists. I'll open a portal.
Okay.
Go ahead. Step through the portal. It will take us to Greenshade, close to where I expect we'll find the Daganists' camp. We can talk more once we get there. I shall never get used to Nirn's smell. Come, mortal. We have plans to discuss. So much greenery and animal life. How do you mortals stand it? Never mind. Rhetorical question. Let us go deal with the Dagonists and retrieve the relic they took from my lair.
How do we find the Order of the Waking Flame?
The note you discovered contains the answer. Where umbrage creeps. It can only refer to one place in this region. Shadows Crawl. I have no doubt we'll find the Dagonists near there.
Shadows Crawl sounds like a big place. Any way to narrow down our search?
The Dagonists use portal magic. I can smell its residue on the air. The pendant that Rogatina gave you. It can be used to follow traces of portal magic in the area.
Where should I start my search?
Right here. Simply use the pendant and follow the trail of the residual magic. Then use it again once the trail turns cold. We must retrieve the relic they stole from me. I shall pursue my own investigation and meet you once we locate the cultists.
Okay. It's going to take us straight through a bunch of enemies. It's amazing how much more difficult the game gets, how slow the combat gets and everything when you get closer and closer to max level. And then if you don't... Alright, we gotta follow it this way. If you don't allocate champion points, it continues to be very, it's still more challenging than usual. Oh, that's a player right there.
Dremora! How did she overcome the blade?
Never mind that. Get in, and I'll close the portal.
I don't think so. A simple spell will keep the portal open. Mortal, this way.
Alright, let's go follow him.
I expected Dagon's bootlickers to have grander accommodations than a simple cave. Look around and find my relic, mortal.
Where are we?
I assume this cave serves as a base for the Waking Flame. Not very impressive, truth be told. Come, let us find whatever hole those cultists used to store their valuables. I want the relic back in my possession before the next clan fear cause. Search the area. Leave no stone unturned. We must retrieve the relic they stole from me.
Alright, I'm doing it.
I hear voices up ahead. It must be the cultists.
I don't see any cultists. Looks like somebody killed them all before I got
The
here.
Dagonists.
They're not
No better than Daedrats hiding in the bowels of these
Hail
caves.
Dagon!
Yeah, this person's... I think this person's got a lot of champion points here. Yeah, she's just annihilating all the enemies.
The Dremora. Coming here was a mistake, Lyranth. Disaster is reached.
Alright, we killed Doombringer Rizarain. Kind of a mini boss.
find my relic, little mortal.
There's her relic. I'm gonna kill this person first, though. Lyranth's relic, a deadric relic. Strange markings cover its surface, and portions of it rotate to configure the markings. This is the relic she got from Red Petal Bastion.
Well done, mortal. You found my relic. Give it to me. Stay alert, little mortal. The Dagonists are more dangerous than they appear.
Alright, she said give it to me, but she won't let me give it to her. I guess I've got to get the rest of these items first. Elegian's Notes. Yes, this will work perfectly. By combining the ritual with various components of Daedric design, I believe we can use the Cataclysm to overcome the natural resistances of the Daedra in order to transform them into something altogether new and different. Very exciting. Biting, fighting, sighting, writing. I cannot wait to see the device in operation.
Hail Dagon!
Okay, I hear a guy yelling, but luckily he's nowhere near. Elegian's Cataclysm schematics. Alright, so that's what the Cataclysm looks like.
Curious drawings. Definitely mechanical. But what was that about transforming Daedra? Intriguing. Stay alert, little...
Alright, we got one more item to get. Let's kill this person first. Oh, see, that player looks exactly like the Waking Flame Cultists. That's confusing. Doombringer Rizarine. Lyranth the Dremora attained the portal key. I want it. Send Devastator Roland and a few acolytes to retrieve it, but make it clear that the key is worth more than their lives. Without it, our plans could face a significant setback. Our time to get the Cataclysm up and running grows short. I am loath to relinquish the blade for this task, but we must take the Dremora off the board. Her interference can no longer be tolerated. Once you have the key, just line up the symbols as I've diagrammed here. It should open the portal that will take you to our base in Oblivion. Then you and the others can bring me the portal key. We'll need it to access additional realms from this location. And bring the schematics. Do not leave them behind. The last thing we need is for them to fall into the hands of someone opposed to our vision. Return to us soon, along with Devastator Roland. You may witness the next test of the Cataclysm. After that, we shall release disaster upon the mortal realm. In Dagon's name, Sister Seldina.
So this Sister Seldina wants my relic. And she provided directions on how to use it. Interesting. A letter that conveniently lays out the cult's plans, schematics for some strange device, and my relic. Not bad for a day's labor. These items tell me much about what the Dagonists are up to.
What does the letter signify?
That this Sister Seldina had the audacity to order the cultists to steal my relic. And she gave them the damn blade that incapacitated me.
Okay.
She calls the relic a portal key. Claims it leads to some sort of base in Oblivion.
A base in Oblivion?
Yes. From which they plan to unleash disasters upon your world. I suspect it has something to do with these schematics. A diagram for some sort of device they call the Cataclysm. It has some purpose regarding Daedric transformation. Intriguing.
So now what?
My minion had better have completed the preparations I assigned her. Come.
We're almost done here. Then on to Oblivion to see the catalyst in action.
Alright, so the relic is a key to this base in Oblivion. I don't really understand why it was in Red Petal Bastion.
Mistress, the adventurer approaches.
nor do I understand how the Waking Flame cultists set up the base in the first place if they didn't have the key. Yeah, and if they had their own key, why were they stealing the one from Red Petal Bastion? Is it to keep it out of our hands? I don't really understand. That's kind of a confusing part of the story. Anyway.
We got lucky, little mortal. The letter we found indicated that Sister Saldina wanted the portal key brought to her after the cultists recovered it. For whatever reason, that didn't happen. Perhaps they were waiting for Devastator Rulin to return.
Devastator Rulin? That's the cultist you managed to kill in your lair, right?
Yes, and whose corpse now rests before us. He will serve my purpose as well, I think. Time enough for that later. For now, take this. I understand that your kind expect such treats after performing clever tricks for your betters.
Whatever, just give me the gold, Lyranth.
Questions about the Order of the Waking Flame still linger, little mortal. And the danger posed to your plane of existence hasn't abated. We can still help each other if you are willing.
Alright, I'm gonna end the video.
There's more to do, little mortal.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna end the video right here, and in part 2, we'll pick up this second and final quest to the Deadlands Prologue walkthrough. Thanks for watching. See you next time.